I have this experience, and here as a asylum seeker, I have met British gentlemen, and today I had two friends visiting me, and someone someone is called Christian uh, from the church, it's Church of England. And he call it with due my respect to have the so-called Christian faith. Nasraniyin, the Nasara, supporter of the Messiah and Munasirun lil-Masih, victorious to the name of the Messiah, or to the Messiah himself by the recognition. And so there are two. This gentleman who is it the English Church? Church of England, CE, yes, Church of England. And he's 56, I think, or 57. And the other gentleman is 69. No, the one who's 69 is an extreme atheist. And now, today, I found that it's just not easy. I mean, and if you... And he started talking about life. What did he see in life? And there was some of what he said very interesting. Really very interesting. Well, I was أصفا يعني أطالع على الرجال. This guy who was in the Church of England, the other gentleman, he respected this person, and he just didn't say anything. He's an ordinary worshipper, not. He knows I'm a Muslim from Iraq. Both of them. But I knew and I understand when I looked, but this life is terrible. It is not the belief itself. It's not the belief that there is a hereafter, there is life, that there is an obligation, and things are obvious, unless if you want to blind yourself. I'm not gonna mention what he said, personal life and things like that. He didn't go deep, but I mean the meaning of life and things like this. Yeah, honestly, today it was honestly a night like session. And it's, if you talk to this gentleman, he wouldn't tell you this. He wouldn't. He would talk about some news and also sometimes conspiracy in a way or another. But today, he really mentioned things about life. And it's not what he said, it's life itself. Life itself is terrible. That's it. It's terrible. I'm not saying painful. I'm not saying giving happiness or not. It's terrible. Life is terrible. But he cannot see that. He would agree, but he wouldn't see it from the point of view or the angle I'm looking into it. I don't know about this gentleman. Maybe he would. Now, regardless, Churchill. You don't know how to deal with life. Do you want to stay in life or you want to leave? Now, if you want to stay, what is the option that you need to make sure that you would choose? And even for an atheist, but it's absolutely different for someone who's believing. And if you want to leave, now it's different for an atheist. Are you sure that you are ready to deal with what's after the death? Are you doing good? Are you doing fine? And if you want to continue, are you sure you're going to do the most best options for your life and for the hereafter? And if you want to die, are you sure that you are going to achieve was gonna grant you for infinity, forever, security. It's terrible. It's just terrible. It's terrible. I'm not talking. I'm talking about history. I'm talking about the human race. I'm talking about animal. I'm talking about life. I'm talking about families. I'm talking about wars. I'm talking about pain. I'm talking about happiness. I'm talking about pleasures, politics, group, dark, light, the harm either between creature and other creatures. Where are you with all of this? I looked at this man. And yes, he mentioned that he regret a lot, and I just kept listening. He regrets a lot. The other guy just kept listening. I don't know, I think he felt sad for his friend. I don't know that this guy from almost 3 years or 4. 3 years. I don't know. It is not. Maybe someone at my age with what I maybe I'm making an issue, not an issue. I'm just I don't know. Nice, it's nice. It's all what he needs is just to recognize God, but I don't think so. No chance. Perfectly and accurately, because I really care for this gentleman. I really care for him as a human being. When I say care, I don't mean anything in the extreme. I wish that he would be happy, would be living a nice life. And relation, I mean, he's talking, he have this experience as a British Western person. Talk about his nation, talk about individually, and I go and I look as well there, Ishmael land. The Ishmael land. I don't want the West to interfere. This gentleman have nothing to do with it. Have nothing to do with it. He's a nice guy. Not also this guy who's in Church of England. I just want you to fuck off. I just want you to die. To vanish. To leave us alone. Fuck you. I spit in your face. Yeah. I respect this gentleman. He's 74, I think. I respect him. I told him I consider you as an older brother. and I am honored having you as a friend. I said this to him, and he said, thank you. I need this because I am tired. I need this, and I said, you deserve it. And this other guy, when he was 7 years old, he felt and he almost died. And it's affected his life, affected his mental. I'm thankful to God that I'm dealing with these people. They make it easy for me to look into the West and less hateful way. Definitely, I hate the so-called Hindus, and I curse them for what they are doing. Not all of them, to the Muslims there, and I hate the so-called Buddhists for that. To go to the Myanmar, and I have an issue with Russia. Extreme, disgusting points that I don't want to review, and I have a damn issue with the so-called Shiite, and a absolutely issue of dealing with creepiness with those who call themselves Jews. And I have a lot of question marks when it's come to the African black race, though I question mark on some of the attitude and behavior. I talk as much as I want. I didn't harm you, and this is my opinion. Yes. Definitely the filth in Gulf States I have explained about. But today this gentleman, we have no one have the right to even put any blame on him. He's talking about life. He's giving everything he knows. All he's giving it. I just say that life is terrible, man. Life is terrible. You're an atheist. I'm not a Muslim. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Is it going to be easier for me if I'm an atheist, or even worse? I felt the pain of the man. Felt it. I always feel it from time to time. I'm thankful that this guy from the Church of England is here. Don't worry, in the Ishmaelian land there is people among the Ishmael and non-Ishmaelian that I consider, I'm sorry to say that use this way, touching a shit better from touching them. Oh yeah. Though they call themselves Muslims. Just the West need to back off because honestly, so that it wouldn't become more terrible. Deal with everything I said in my YouTube channel. By the way, did anyone name the pig with my name? I should upload it before. I think it was killed by and cut. I think they killed the pig. I'm not sure, because this is not important. And if someone said, you're not smart in Arabic دائما يقولون انت ما انت ذكي ولا انت عبقري انت في شيء يخبرك الكلام ده كله صحيح an imaginary friend. Yeah. I'm thankful to have him as a friend. Yeah. I'm really thankful to have this gentleman Paul as a friend. I need the friend. And this is the best type of friend, you know. As long he's monitored and as long I can control his personality, because you don't know what you're dealing with. But I have a wonderful character, personality, if I want to give my psychological power is. I didn't mention China. Fuck China. Fuck China. You see, it's the West. It's the West. Everything is the West. Eastern Christian issue, basically, it's the West. You're cumbersome, taking advantage. India, basically, it's the West. Well, Russia. Russia and Syria. Russia and Iran. Oh, the West. But still, they're all criminal. Maybe far worse than the West itself. In so many aspects. So-called Israeli state. I am lost. Sorry. I'm lost. How to deal with your family member. How you... Life is terrible. How you deal with your family member. How you deal with problems. And you deal with these filthy guys who every among them relate himself to something that he do not understand. Unless if he is dealing with it. Satan. Satan is convincing him, the fool, or he just deal with the devil, naming himself that or this, not me, you. Or maybe those who you rely on, or control the media, control the politics, or God, أعوذ بالله أنا عمري 40 سنة, only 40 years. I shouldn't, you can't see it. It's fuck you.